So I'm your host, Iohan, here today with guest.
I'm Aubrey, one of the recruiters of Plug Outsourcing.
All right, so how are you today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good myself. So there's burritos. Feel free to eat during the interview.
Okay.
So just getting right into it.
Okay.
Why did you choose to be a recruiter?
Well, at first, I didn't expect that I'm going to be in this job because when I was in college, I've always wanted to become a doctor.
Okay.
And because of pandemic, I'm here.
What do you like about being a recruiter?
What I like most about being a recruiter is that I get to talk to people, I get to meet them, I get to know a part of them, and I also get to help them look for a job that really fits their qualifications.
Is there anything specific to Clark Outsourcing that you like about being a recruiter?
Well, the thing about Clark Outsourcing is that you're at work, but you don't feel like working.
When you're qualifying candidates, are there any special keywords that you look for specific jobs? And does hearing them instantly make you go, this guy knows how to do it? Or you still probe more when you hear the words?
Okay, for web developers, we look at the softwares that they use. If they use WordPress, HTML, CSS, you're automatically qualified.
How big of an impact does their English skills affect their process?
I think English skills, communication skills, both verbal and written, is actually one of the most important key points that we're looking, because especially that our clients are mostly international, so they need to have at least good comprehension with English.
Okay. How do you guys test for the written skill? Because I mean, obviously you can hear how they talk, but how exactly do you test the written skill?
We are giving them basic assessments, because the last
okay.
part, I think there's an essay.
When you run into candidates who only give short answers, like if you ask them a question, their answer is yes, and then blank, and then the sentence stops there. Do you have a strategy for probing them more, or you just let them keep going like that and then just mark them as a bad candidate?
No, what I usually do is when they give me short answers, I ask them, could you tell me more about yourself, something that isn't on your resume?
Okay.
And then they keep talking.
Okay. Is there anyone that doesn't work on? Like they're just a stone wall and all they want to do is say yes or no?
Yep.
Do you have any tips for people like that? Because I was in recruitment and that did not work at all.
Never. It never works.
Okay. Is there anything you can say to them to like help them ease through it? Because I mean, I figure those people are either shy or they're just not talkative people.
Okay, so guys, here's the thing. When you really want to apply for a job, I guess you gotta show off. You don't only have to look good on papers, but you have to show up to your recruiters, especially if they're the ones who are talking to you and giving you a job. Or I mean, it's not your responsibility to be like super nice to them, but at least have the, decency to answer the questions.
On the subject of candidates and their attitudes, find that it's easier for you to endorse a less skilled candidate with a way better attitude, or a very highly skilled candidate with a very bad attitude?
For me, I go for with someone with good attitude but less skilled, because skills can be learned.
Okay.
So you can learn that all throughout the process when you get hired or when they give you training, because attitude can be taught.
For all the fresh grads out there, what tips would you give them to get a job if all clients are looking for people with like 2 or more years? Because obviously fresh grads have 0 years of experience.
I myself am a fresh grad when I applied for this job, so it's actually my first job. So what I did was I really proved a recruitment manager back then that I'm fit for this job, I want this job. You should hire me, because not only because I don't have an experience, but because I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to be in this position, and just give me a chance and I'll prove to you.
Got it. No. All right, so once again, this is Aubrey, recruiter from Clark Outsourcing, and I'm Iohan. See you next episode.